Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Fuzz here with more Final Fantasy IX, and we're going to be continuing on with our Excalibur II Perfect Gameplay series. And today we're going to be covering section D2-16 for those that are following along with the Thomas's walkthrough over at GameFaqs, link in description to that. And we are going to be going ahead with the second to final session of this too. And you want to head into Madain, Sari and make your way to the basement area of Aiko's house and get through the scenes. Once you've done this, you're going to grab the two chests before making your way over to the Eidolon wall. One thing I should mention here at the get-go is that at the end of this episode, if you're following along with the Thomas's guide, don't misunderstand what it says when it tells you that you can collect experience after the end of this particular session. And I know from other videos and whatnot that I've been looking at that people have been confused by this. Basically, you can only collect experience at the end of this session if you're going for a base stats playthrough, which means you want to keep your character stats at the bare minimum. Most of you that are watching this are going to be wanting to go for a combined stat, which is basically maximising the stats of your characters to their, to their most optimal levels. And because of that, you're still not going to want to be levelling up after this episode. So don't be deceived into thinking that you can, because you can't. Okay, right, so when you get to the wall here, you'll not want to heal because we want to keep Zidane in Lucky 7 status, or so that he can cast that ability. If you remember at the end of the last episode, we got him to 37 health, and we're going to be making use of that in a moment after the end of this cutscene. So here we're introduced once again to the red-haired or the scarlet-haired individual. And we're going to be having a solo encounter with Zidane and the scarlet-haired man at this point. So the way we take this fight on, and I was very, very happy because I managed to do this first time here. I'm pretty sure that the RNG can be pretty much a pain if you're not lucky with it here. You want to attack him first of all, and you must do at least 1,209 points of damage. At the same time, if he takes a move, he must not hit you because you're going to lose your 37 health. At which point, obviously, you can't do Lucky 7 if you even survive. And then on your second turn, you need to go ahead and cast Lucky 7 and hopefully kill him. If you don't kill him, don't reset. Try and do Lucky 7 again until he does. Well, I say kill him, but you know what I mean, end the battle. So just to clarify, you want to attack first for at least 1,209 points of damage. And then you want to use Lucky 7 in order to finish the battle. And as I said, I was very happy with the fact that I didn't have to reset this account. I managed to do it first time. After this, you'll just want to make your way through the cutscenes and then remove Garnet's equipment, making sure she does have the Mithril Rod equipped. The rest of this session then is fairly simple in all honesty. We're going to start by making our way back to Aiko's house, and the same room that we was in before, the basement, where there's going to be another scene, at which point we're going to come back out here where Zidane is now, and there'll be a field icon which we need to select, and that's going to proceed through another set of quite lengthy scenes. And we're finally about to get control back of our party here. The first thing we're going to do is just replace Dagger with Amarant, and the reason for that is we do need to sort out his equipment. So once we've done that, we're going to head back out into the world map and go ahead immediately and save our game, so we don't have to repeat anything should anything go wrong from this point that we've just gone through and done. And after saving, we're going to set up our team so that we can go forward with them. And we're going to start by making sure that everybody's in the back row. And we're going to give them the following equipment. Zidane will need to have the dagger, the ritual hat, the mithril armlet, the adamant vest, and the black belt. Amarant will require the cat's claws, the ritual hat, the bone wrist. He also comes with an adamant vest, so keep that on him. And the coral ring. Moving on to Vivi, Vivi's going to want to have equipped the oak staff, the ritual hat, the magic armlet, the magician robe, and the power belt. And then Aiko will want the Lemire's flute and the bone wrist with no other equipment. So in terms of abilities, Zidane is going to ideally want HP plus 20%, Insomniac, which are two of the most important abilities, and Auto Potion. Auto Potion's optional though, if you're playing on the PS4 and can heal your characters quickly with the Battle Assist toggle, so just bear that in mind. But not everybody will be playing on that system, so obviously just bear that in mind as well. For Amarant, he's going to want the Insomniac ability, and then Vivi is going to want Insomniac as well, and Auto Potion if he has it. I don't actually have the Magician Robe on Vivi. I feel like I'm really suffering for missing out on that one pesky item from the auction house. I will get that, don't worry. But for now, I'm just having to improvise a little bit, which is why I've given him the Silk Robe. And once you've sorted out your characters, make your way back to the mountain path. And we're going to head through to the other side here as we make our way once more to the Aether Tree. The Aether Tree, the Aether Tree, however it is you pronounce that place, I have no idea. What I do know is it's not Lifer or Leafer Tree. That's not an L at the start of it, it is an I. And once we head in here, there's going to be a bunch of scenes. And once we get the option, we're going to change Amarant out now that he's equipped for Dagger. And that's it, we're going to go out and save. That brings us to the end of this session. I'll show you my time in a moment. So just to reiterate, in case some people have skipped ahead to find out what to do about levelling here. I know I did mention at the start, but on Thomas's guide, it does now say that you're officially finished with the level 1 game. But if you look just above that, it's got the title Base Stats. Base Stats is not Combined Stats, and Combined Stats is probably what you're aiming for, which is maxing out your stats as much as possible. Base Stats is not maxing out your stats. In fact, it's trying to keep your stats at the bare minimum. Whatever you think is the perfect game is what you're going to choose to go for. Most people are going to go for Combined Stats, which is getting your characters as powerful as possible. And if you're doing that, as I am, and as I say, as most people are, you do not want to be levelling at this point. So ignore that text, do not gain any experience. We'll continue on for now, and we will be gaining experience then quite a little bit later on. So anyway, there's my time for this episode, 5 hours 36 minutes 55 seconds, which puts us, a good, wow, what, 30 minutes ahead of schedule now. The target time is 6 hours and 5 minutes 10 seconds. So thanks for stopping by today, folks. Don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.